$15, right? However, when you move to the level of being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, you really have to eliminate that frame for yourself, because it's really what's going to happen at the end of the day is you're going to try to show your client how much time you're putting into it. And that's just a very inefficient way for you to work. You should be trying to spend as least time as possible and deliver the most value. So again, so frame number 2 is time not equal. So it's just kind of in line with frame number 1, where your value has to do with how long it takes you to do something, right? So again, why do we have this? Again, society has ingrained in our heads that somehow time equals value. And usually this pops up because our first jobs that we have are, we're getting paid $5 an hour, $10 an hour. And we make that link in our head, which, hey, if I work another 2 hours, or if I, my first job was a snowboard instructor. And I was like, if I do a couple more lessons at Neshoba Valley ski area in Western Mass, if anyone's from Massachusetts, I'm going to get paid an extra $10, extra $15, right? However, when you move to the level of being your own boss, being an entrepreneur, you really have to eliminate that frame for yourself, because it's really what's going to happen at the end of the day is you're going to try to show your client how much time you're putting into it. And that's just a very inefficient way for you to work. You should be trying to spend as least time as possible and deliver the most value. So again, get that out of your heads, especially you guys coming from a job. And one of the best stories that I heard was this. So picture people out in the Midwest or wherever, and guy's a factory worker and his buddy's a dentist. So the factory worker goes to his dentist buddy and he goes, you know what, my tooth is absolutely killing me. Like it's killing me. And his dentist buddy looks at him and he goes, you know what, checked out your tooth. That's going to have to come out, right? I'm going to have to yank that tooth out for you. So factory worker guy goes, okay, great. You're going to have to yank it out. How much is that going to cost? To which his dentist buddy replied, it's going to cost $350 or $600. So the factory worker goes, wow, $600 to pull that tooth, right? It's in a lot of pain. So he goes, oh, okay, but how long is it going to take, right? He asked the dentist, how long is it going to take? And he says, dentist buddy goes, well, 10, 15 minutes. To which the factory guy then started doing some math, because he's in that frame of, hey, I get paid $10 an hour at my factory. This is $600. That is a lot of time, right? So he kind of haggles on the price, to which the dentist replies, if it's the price that you're worried about, I can take all day. Right? And he's like, this tooth is killing him and he wants that tooth out. So the moral of the story is, right, the wage earner was under that incorrect frame, which is time equals value, where the dentist had the right frame of mind, which is, let's get you out of pain. Let's get you the result, which is being pain-free as quick as possible. To dentist, the factory worker obviously wants that out quick. So that is that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So especially with this time thing, I've had experiences where when pitching an SEO deal, they'll put the company would put in a contract, hey, attend 2 hours every week on a weekly meeting. And you'd have to educate them on how I'm results driven, not time driven. So I have to re-educate them. Look, go back to their pain points. Like, you hired me because you needed more leads so you can scale your business, hire more staff, and more freedom in your life. And I'm going to take as long as it takes to get you that result, because I'm looking for the more long-term win-win relationship between us. Now, if you dock me for 2 hours every week, some week I might spend 20 hours on your project, right? Just to get to that result. So then I'm going to have to charge you more. Instead of doing it by hour, I'm just going to basically do as much as I can implementing everything that I know. And if everything goes well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to future pace like even a more positive result than they had in mind, which is I'm going to go get you even more leads from all these other cities if you just let me do what I do best. So sometimes you have to educate.
Yeah.
A lot of those SEO deals, they want more time out of you, but once you get them to think that like you're for the results, then they'll begin to
understand. That's the frame that they're looking at.
Exactly.
Like they're looking at the time frame, and part of it is framing exactly what you did. I did the same thing in my agency. My agency is you don't speak to me. Right. I'm results focused because, again, the moral of the story is, right, if you're looking at it under the time frame, which I did when I started, I'm like, I'm going to give you an hour phone call a week. I'm going to spend so much time on your business for you. I'm going to deliver all this value, and that's not value. In fact, if you're under that, like by charging time for your time, the longer it takes, you're actually like working in the wrong interest, right? Because they're wasting their time on a phone call with you as well, right? So by both being under that, like it's got to spend time going back and forth in meetings because you're both under that time is value frame. You're actually working as efficiently as possible together. Like you're making them step away from the business to have a meeting on to your SEO stuff, and you're stepping away from your thing to just talk back and forth and waste time.
And I've had even times where the business owner still doesn't grasp it, and they're still adamant about this time thing. And sometimes like you're just not a good fit. Sometimes I'm saying it's okay to like drop those business clients because like you're not going to enjoy working for that kind of a client anyway. So yeah.
Perfect. Dan, you got anything to add on this?
I was just responding to someone real quick. You can go.
Okay, cool. So again, at the end of the day, moral of the story is many times some of you are grinding away at the teeth of your client and causing them incredible pain because you just won't do your magic, like what Dan said, that magic trick, and get the hell out of the way. And again, your goal in your business should be to get the fastest and most significant result for them as possible, okay?